This is the BGA Climbers list for the week ending 10/26/2022. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander. I'll include links in the description below if you want to take a look at it. I'll also add that we're about 2 weeks away, well, a little bit under 2 weeks away from BGGCon. Really looking forward to it. I have to learn a bunch of games before then, but I'm looking to try out all the new stuff and play with a lot of folks. I guess. Well, so yeah, this is the GG climbers list. We'll start with number 10. That's Heat Pedal to the Metal. This is the latest game from Daves of Wonder. We looked at it before. To me, the production quality just didn't seem up to Daves of Wonder, I guess, past production quality. The game looks okay. I'm not a huge fan of the racing games. Um, Played a few of them, just haven't really conned me. Actually, my most enjoyable one, I think, has been Camel Up, but that's more of a betting game than a racing. The number 10, Heat Pedal to the Metal. I don't think we're going to see this in the top 100. I know a lot of Days of Wonder games ended up in there, but I don't. Number 9, Sabika. This one is we saw this one actually a good go. Extremely heavy Euro. And I felt like, and it's also done, if I remember right, by the same guy that did Bitoku. I like the artwork and design of Bitoku a little bit more. In terms of the graphics design, I actually haven't played Bitoku yet. I think that this one, it's a heavy Euro, so it has a decent chance of moving up the list. But my gut feeling is it's probably not getting the ratings that it needs to sustain a rise into the top 100. We'll see how it does. Maybe after BGCon, after the fall holiday, maybe it'll pick up ratings a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it for the next few weeks. So number 9, Sabika. Number 8, Ready Set Bet. I think I've heard of this. John Declare. Okay, so this is and upcoming releases. It's again a horse racing game. I guess not the best production quality. I guess it's meant to be that way because it's supposed to look just like just like a betting table, or it could just be that it's inexpensive. I mean, it's a very lightweight game. It's probably not gonna do a huge amount. It's betting and bluffing, dice rolling, race, real track movement. So it seems to be fairly well liked after 234. I mean, John Declare's done a lot of great games, but I don't see this one in the top one. I'll like number 8, Ready Set Bet. Number 7 is ISS Vanguard. So we've seen this one for a number of weeks. All the people in the United States are getting their copies. I will actually get mine, I think, tomorrow or the next day, which I hope to subsequently play it within like a couple weeks. I've been waiting for this game for quite a while. I like the idea of the campaign style game, even though I'm probably not going to play through the campaign, but I like the idea of the 2 missions, the exploration, the progression aspects. And given the fact that this thing is getting pretty ridiculously high ratings, I have a good feeling about this. I guess I played Nemesis. I thought it was probably not as good as people thought on here. I think it's a okay game that's very thematic. I haven't played Lords of Hellas. I haven't played actually my Tainted Grail copy either. But this one I'm going to get to the table right away just because. And I do have a Great Wall. That's something. Number 7, ISS Vanguard. And I do think this one is probably going to end up in the top 100. I think if you start out with almost 1,000 ratings above 9, there's a really good chance that your game's going to end up top. Number 6, Autobahn. So this one, I don't think we've seen it on here. So this was a pretty big Kickstarter earlier, a Euro Kickstarter, obviously, with I think great box artwork And actually, I believe the artwork in the board game was this is a little bit disappointing because this was a game I hoped to play at BGCon, and the ratings just are not starting out too high. We look at this; it was a fairly heavy game. Best played at 3, fairly long. Uh, as you can see, like the artwork on the board. I like the chunky pieces or the wooden pieces. I like the idea of working on, I guess you're building transportation networks. And this one is hand management, network, route delivering, pick up and deliver, solo solitaire, and tech track. So it's got a lot of great things that I think any people that play Euro games. So far, the ratings haven't been that stellar, but uh, I underestimated how heavy this was going to be. um, November 2022, medium plus, too draggy, tons of fiddly bits, bookkeeping. Yeah, I guess its downfall is probably going to be the fact if it's really built around route building and pickup and delivery, those are not the most popular mechanics, and if you make a really heavy game out of it, it's I feel like it's going to struggle. My favorite pickup and deliver game is Roads and Boats, but it's done by Splotter, and I, I don't know the theme I really like, and I like how it's. I feel like each turn is very like intense for op. So this is number 6 Autobahn. Probably not going in the top 100 at this point, but we could see a resurgence here later. Number 5, Revive. So we've seen this one before. This is another big game from this year, but this one is doing mid eights, which is pretty good. Similar weight, 3.57. Huge list of designers on it. A lot of artists. This game is I think these remember right. Actually, yeah, so he has a huge list of games that he's done. Uh this is very a big game for this year. This one also has kind of a unique theme. You're trying to revive civilization after everything was destroyed 5,000 years after. Deck construction, campaign game, tech trees, variable player powers. I think this may be the heavy game, heavy Euro game of the year based on the ratings. And puzzle or so this sounds exactly like the type of game I'm looking for. Too long, fixed fun, low interaction, puzzle based, resource converting, engine building Euro game. This game is just fun, perhaps a perfect weight game. So I think getting pretty positive ratings. It's definitely sometimes you see a lot of these land around 7. It's definitely 8, 9, and 10 for at least the people who have played it. Now, granted, probably most people have played it went to Essen, which are probably going to be big board game fans, which may skew this a little bit high. But I do think this is shaping up to be a very interesting. So we'll keep an eye on Revive. Number 5. Number 4, John Company Second Edition. So this is another game I put up the unboxing video as I talked about. I'm really looking forward to playing it at BGCon. It's super heavy. Game by Cole Worley, who has done other games like Root and Oath. This one is a historical themed game, obviously, and getting very good ratings. It's one of those games where it was hard to get a hold of and very expensive. With the first edition and the second edition, you redid a lot of the mechanics and streamlined a little bit of it, made it a little bit easier to understand. It doesn't really fit in the box like I was hoping. The box is pretty small for how much stuff is in there, including a sort of insert. It would have been nice to have like I guess a full insert or no insert. Maybe I'll end up getting rid of the insert. I hate doing that. So, John Company, I'll be able to give you my opinion after I play it, but I do think this one's going to do well. I don't know if this is going to be a top 100 game. It's hard to get in the top 100 nowadays, especially if it's kind of a more niche game, like I feel like John Company is, but it probably is going to be in the top 250. That should be relatively. Number 4, John Company Second Edition. Number 3, Woodcraft. So this one, it's a game that I was really excited about when I first saw it. I like I like the cover with the the carving of the dice and turning it into things. I think it's a really cool theme. Um, Ratings are a little bit lower than I'd hoped for, but this one I'm still holding out hope that maybe it's gonna pick up in the next few weeks. So I hope to try it at BGCon. I may or may not be able to get it. Number 3, Woodcraft. Number 2, Sky Mine. So this is the, I guess, re-implementation of Mombasa. This is a you're mining the moon and asteroids and trying to control that instead of controlling trading companies in Africa. So the theme is definitely better. I think space theme is generally well liked. It's got good look to it. Although these spaces seem less constricting than it did in Mombasa. So I don't know. Maybe they did it for thematic purposes, maybe for gameplay balance, maybe to make it easier to like spread across the map on Trading Post. I don't know. But everything here kind of looks the same, right? You have the same kind of market over here. You have this same, I guess, Trading Post thing that you put out. These look a little bit different. Oh no, these are the actions. Yep, action spaces. I don't know what this stuff is. So maybe there's some new mechanics with these things, and this is the same like book market with is probably some like technology. Sky Mines, I don't think it's getting as good a ratings as Mombasa. Trick track suggestion. I don't know. Um, yeah, good game, bad rulebook. I can imagine that. I mean, I think even the Mombasa rulebook was not. So, do I think this is going to end up in the top 100? I don't know. I feel like it could. We need to give it some time and see if people think it's better than Mombasa or not. But um, Alexander Pfister tends to have like big hits and kind of big misses in terms of his games, at least from my ones I. You have the hits like Great Western Trail and Maracaibo, and the misses like Blackout Hong Kong. And I feel like Cloud Age was kind of a number 2, Sky Mines, and number 1, Endless Winter Paleo Americans. So this is, we talked about before, a really good looking deck builder, worker placement game. I'm gonna say, I mean, the game looks amazing. It has, I'm assuming this is the Kickstarter edition. Got these great multi-layer boards, these cubes. The artwork is phenomenal on it. Production quality is great. I mean, look at these cards. The artwork is just really good. Unique theme, so it's got kind of everything you want. Um, the reviews are doing okay, but not quite as good as I expected, given the rave reviews. Pre, I guess pre Kickstarter. So here's one comment: production is beautiful. I don't care about any of the, but the negatives. I don't care about any of the moves I'm making. I know it's a weird thing to say, but every move in the game, I felt like it returned something pretty similar in blank. So, um, and yeah, this is, I guess, says it reminds you of Lost Ruins of Arnak, and Rise of Tribes, completely its own though. So I think these are, again, the ratings are a little bit lower than I expected. Maybe not terribly lower, but definitely not the rave reviews like Dune Imperium has gotten. And I tend to agree with that. I played Lost Ruins Arnak, played Dune Imperium. I haven't played this, but of Dune Imperium and Lost Ruins, every game of Lost Ruins Arnak, I felt like I wanted to build my deck more, and I felt like the deck building aspect just was not that strong in Dune Imperium, they added the epic mode. which I think really lets you build your deck out the way I wanted to. The worker placement spots are always contentious. Like in Lost Ruins, it always felt like I can take a spot, or maybe I can just take a less good spot that probably isn't going to hurt me that much. Maybe I lose the game because of it, but it's because I couldn't move up on the track far enough. In Dune, I feel like each spot has very clear trade offs, and there's a lot of thought that goes into what you can take. I think also, given the fact that you have these symbols that limit you, your deck building is very interesting because you can take a powerful action card or maybe a powerful symbol card, and both ways can work. So just overall, I think Dune Imperium is the best worker placement deck building game today. Probably is not going to be eclipsed by Endless Winter, which probably means this is going to be in the top. Lost Ruins and Dune Imperium are there. Maybe there's room for a third, but given the kind of weaker reviews at the beginning of the Kickstarter release, probably only going to fall off. Although I do hope to play this again at BG. There you have it. That is the BG Climbers for the week ending 10/26/2022. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And please take a look at our other videos.